Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Afternoon. Good morning. Oh no, it is afternoon as well. Welcome back to Carnage and Craft. It's the second show of today, and it is our second day looking at our brand new launch, Sunrise. What is wrong with me? Right, Sunrise to Sunset. It's been a long day. Yeah, it's because we've had a break in between. Right, so this is our brand new collection. You can see you've got 10 dies in here altogether. You've got the main card shape on the horizon, which gives us those scenes, those apertures that we can build up. You've got your embellishments in here. You've got your cyclist. You've got the train. You've got the hiker, the gardener, the golfer. You've got your classic car. You've got your boat. You've got your motorcyclist, and you've also got a stamp set in here, which I think is really something different. We don't always have a stamp set included in the collection, so really nice sentiments that you've got in there, which they do, some of them do really coordinate in really nicely with the artwork as well, but they are lovely sentiments that you could use with other collections as well. So a really nice staple one to get in and add in to your collection. So all of that is 251103, and it is $99.99 at the minute. Midnight tomorrow that will go back up, but we are almost limited stock on this, so I don't know if the stock will go before the price goes back up. So if you do want to grab that, grab it while the stock is there for you. Now I'm also going to show you our frames that we have. These are absolutely brilliant. You've got such delicate detail. These are the rustic twine edge shapes. Now if I just grab one, first of all, you get so much in here. They're a lovely size as well. So these are going to be your card bases as well, but you can see how delicate that twine detail is. You can use this on its own and cut into them like our easy apertures, or you can have it so it's included in the layers as well. But you can see you've got a multitude of different sizes there. So these are going to be your card bases, your aperture, your frames. You can use these in so many different ways, and you can see you've got your square, circle, oval, DL, rectangle, and the diamond in there. So it's such a big collection, and you are getting a lot in there. These are big dies that you're getting. Again, on that show price for you, it is item number 25114 if you want to grab them, and that is $119.99 on that show price. So the price will go back. Are they going back up tomorrow as well? Believe so. They'll be back up to full price tomorrow, midnight tomorrow too. Now I'm just going to mention quickly as well, we do have perfect papers on the show, as we do with every new collection. These have been pulled from the artwork, so you can see the colorways in here fit perfectly. You've got your dots and your stripes in this one, so a lovely colorway to work with. You do get the solids in there as well. Right, I'm going to jump straight over to the boards so you can see exactly what each one is going to come out like. So we're going to start off with the On the Horizon die to begin with. So this is the one that gives you those that aperture style with those scenes. So as you can see, this one is the arch, and you have got these cut lines. Now this is one die, so this comes to you like that. These are not single dies. This is how it comes to you. And then you've got those little paper snip parts included. And all you've got to do then is decide how many layers you want to add in. So as you can see, this one is like lost this layer, then lost to there, then lost that bit, and then that's the final bit. So you can add them up and build them just like that. So you can see the different layers built up. They look amazing on their own. I mean, I just think these just look absolutely stunning completely on their own. So obviously you can see the arch, the circle, and the diamond, and you can see your different scenes as well. So you've got 3 different scenes in there to choose from. Look at them. They look absolutely stunning. I really think that that's enough for a card. You could just pop a sentiment on there and that would be enough. Great, I think, for sympathy cards as well. Now on that same die, you've also got your scene building elements. So you've got your grounding elements and you've got your clouds in here as well. So you can really help build that scene up. Obviously you could tuck things in behind the hills and the mountains as well. So you've got a lot that you can build on with that one. Then you've got your entwined embellishments. So you've got almost like your torn strips of paper. You've got your twine as well. So you can use these almost like belly bands, or you can use them as borders on your projects. You've got your floral sprigs and you've got your bows in there as well. So you can build those up on the twine and use them how you wish. Then you've got full steam ahead. So you've got your train with the steam coming up as well, which I really love this one. I do like how it looks as if the train is coming towards you. It does give you that illusion. You've got the mats for these as well. So if you want to bring them to the front of your projects, you can obviously use the mat to make those stand out that bit more as well. Then you've got well tended. Do you know, I do think you could use, if you're using something smaller, and then you could use the mats to actually incorporate these into the car base. You don't know what I mean, do you? Like, for instance, if you were making like a little, so if I grab this, so if you were making like a little card, so this is the rectangle from the rustic edge, you could have the card there and then use the mat for him. So this and the mat for him with the card base. So then he'd sit there and then like you'd only have to worry about this bit, because they're a really nice size, you know, on their own. So you could mix them up like that as well, because I do think that all of them in the collection, they're actually a really nice size to use on their own. Then we've got ready for the road. So you've got your cyclist and you've got that bike there. I've said it so many times, but I do think this is a really unusual one. Like, I've never seen like a sport bike like that, or somebody that likes going out like that. I've only ever seen like leisurely cycles, should we say. Then you've got hold for the camera. So you've got your golfer there and the golf bag. Look how much details in there. Really, really lovely. Again, you've got the mat for him, so you could do the same thing with him as well. Then you've got prized possessions. So you've got almost like that classic looking car. You've also got the sign there as well. Then we've got our board. So you've got on the water. I do think that looks like a classic board. It looks really lovely. You can see it's got grounded out. I love how it looks as if like the sun is like beaming off the window over there. A really lovely detail in there. Then you've got your free rider. So you've got your post there and you've got your motorcyclist. Now we did stamp on this earlier, so the well done, that's it, will fit onto there. But you could put numbers on there. You know, if it's somebody's milestone birthday, you could put numbers on that one as well. And then you've got off the beaten path. I adore that you've got that little silhouette one, because you can tuck that him into those scenes and it fits in there really, really lovely. So those are your 10 dies that you get in that set, but don't forget you are also getting the stamp set in there as well. So you do get that included in there. We don't normally do a stamp set, so I do think it's really nice. And they're really nice sentiments as well, because there are some in there that like they do really fit in, don't they, with the image. Like you've got your limited edition, reach new heights, you've achieved so much, you're the man, stay strong, keep climbing, so proud of you, man of the moment, your hard work has paid off, no mountain too high, you're one in a million. But you've got some that are just like, you know, so proud of you. You've got this just to say, well done, happy birthday, a new milestone, time to celebrate. So you've got some lovely sentiments there that you will use with this collection, but you will use on their own as well. And then I'm just going to run through as well the rustic twine edge. So you can see these. Like I said, these again are on that show price for you. They will go up at midnight tomorrow. There is so much you're getting. Look at the size of these. So this is the rectangle. And you can see, look at the size of these. So you've got your car base, you've got frames, you've got your mats and layers. These could be your apertures. There's so many different ways that you can use these. The twine detail is so delicate. You can see, look how thin that is. You could add those in separately as well. Have I got one here that I did? Yes, look, so this one. So can you see how I've used that background just in that twine detail? So you can snip the detail out and use it on its own. So it gives you the illusion of more mats and layers added in there, but obviously all we're doing is just adding in that twine. So it is held in place, just like our easy apertures. They've just got little bits there that you just simply snip away, and then that twine detail will cut out. I really like the circle one. So you've got your circle in there. It is very nautical. I don't know what it is, but it just, there's something about it that goes down that vibes. Then you've got your square in there. So you can see a lovely size on all of these. Big enough for your car bases. Plus your oval too. That makes me think of like a frame, like a picture frame. So lots of different ways that you can use these. You can mix them up with the scenes as well, because you do get a mix of different scenes, but obviously they do work perfectly with the sunrise to sunset collection, which is the new collection that we launched yesterday. And like I said, we are almost limited stock, so if you do want to come in and grab it, come in, because we had messages in the earlier show to let us know that somebody had already received theirs. In the earlier show we had a message to say somebody had already received theirs, and we had people say that they were waiting for theirs to get delivered today as well. So yeah, let us know if you've had yours. Are you crafting along now with us, or are you waiting for yours to get delivered now? Do let us know. Right, this one we're going to go in, and we are starting with a 6x6 card to start off with. Now what I'm going to do is, let's stick this down first. Or should we? No, I'm going to work backwards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this round so I make sure I don't turn it, and I'm going to add some foam tape on the back. So right, let me add some tape on here. So we're going to just tape this up, and I just want to make sure that I don't spin this round so I don't turn it. So we've cut, what I've done is I've just done like my normal mat and layers, how I would if I was doing like a normal card, and then I've added in the rustic edge square dies on here. So we're going to add some foam around the edge of this just to raise this up. So I've used the die in the center bit, so I'm making my own aperture with that square, and then I'm going to keep this here and pull this off here so I don't flip it around. Are you sure you don't want to say hello, Bunny? Right, let's take these off. I thought she was going to come in and let everybody see her face then, but no. Right, let's put this on here. So that's going to go there. And then I'm going to add in the other layer for this. Let me just... She's left. Oh! I've done it. Right, let me just quickly add some batteries because I can't hear a thing the Bunny's telling me. And then we can carry on with our demo. You got me? I've got you. I've got you. Right, so, right, we've got that. And then, so you can see now the perfect paper that's underneath, that's the sunrise to sunset card. And then I've done the exact same thing again. So I've gone in with the same colour, but this one's got the dots on. And the same square. So you can see I've just gone in with the mats and layers to give me that aperture. So let's add some tape on here. So we're building, oh no, I need tape on here first, don't I? Oh, let's just do this on while it's there. I've all confused myself now. So you can use these, like I said, these are going to be your card bases. These can be your frames, your apertures. You can use these in so many different ways. And that is what makes dies like this just invaluable, because you can use them in so many different ways. And obviously these do go perfectly with this collection, but this is going to work with, these will work with every collection that you have. You can mix these up and they will work perfectly. Right, so that's going to go there. Let me make sure they're the right way. Yes, so let's get some tape on there. And then we can add this in. And before I stick this down, Bunny, remind me to stamp. Oh, oh, so that's what she's saying. That's what she was telling me. She was reminding me to stamp, but obviously I was ignoring her because I couldn't hear her. So I wasn't being rude. I couldn't hear you. All right, let's add that. And then one more, and then we can glue it. I'll stick this bit kind of together, and then we'll do a stamp. Right, so this one, Bunny, we are going to have the boat on here. So is there a stamp? We've had your hard work pays off, and then we did well done. We've done you've achieved so much. We've done that one as well. I don't think there is one that's like to the boat. Oh, it could be your limited edition. Like it could be a limited, I don't know. Boats, like, I think people collect boats, don't they? Oh, it could be. We've done that one though. Man of the moment. Time to celebrate. Where's that one? Oh, there. Enjoy the little things. Right, we'll do that. Right. Right, let's pop this. I'm going to glue this bit on here. So the scenes. So I did, I'll just quickly show you in case anybody missed earlier. So the scenes, like we showed you with those apertures, they do come to like this, so that you can cut them out, and then obviously you can just snip away which mountains you want, and you can build them up. But you do also get them in a faded design. So like if you look at those two, like one's a bit more faded out, whereas this one's a bit more crisp. And you do get backgrounds of them as well, like this. So that's what I've used on there. So I've just obviously cut that down to fit onto the card. Obviously I know it doesn't fit properly, but that is going to sit over there, because obviously we're only going to see that middle bit anyway. So I'm going to glue this into place. Oh, it must have been my Sunday glue, because it's working so much better now. I'm using the right Tuesday glue. Right, so I'll pop that there, and then if I just put that there a sec, we're gonna do what did we say, your limited edition? Oh no, enjoy the little things. Right, so let's put that back on there, and then enjoy the little things. That could be anything though, couldn't it? For absolutely anything at all. Right, we'll put that above there, I think. So let's get some ink. And we'll do that there in the middle. So we've got to enjoy the little things, and then this is going to go around the card. So I've made almost like my own frame then for this. So, and I'm not even using the actual twine detail on here, but it still looks really interesting, doesn't it? Because you've still got that almost like stressed edge. So that's going to go there. So we've got our frame ready to go. And then I'm going to bring in the twine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this along like that. So let's get some glue. And then I'm just going to pull this through the glue. And I'm going to just glue that there like that. And then I'm going to do exactly the same thing there. So that's going to go across the bottom there as well. Get some glue on there. And then that is just going to sit across there like that. Do you know what? That would look really nice actually if I carried it on. Do you know, if you just did the full frame of it, wouldn't it? And then I don't know why that makes me. Oh, Bunny saying it could be an Easter card. Well, do you know what I thought? It made me think of like a beach type card. I don't know why. So you could just add in a bit more. And then I'm just going to snip those end bits off. So we've got that. I do think that would look really nice if we'd have carried it on. And then I'm going to bring in, so I've got one of those little bows that come in. So it looks like, how realistic does that look? It looks like a proper little bit of twine that's been wrapped up. And I've got these like floral sprigs. These are going to go in the corners like that. So that's just going to fill that corner bit for me. Let's get some glue. So I'm just going to add a little bit of pin flare on the back of there, so that can just sit there like that. And then on it's just going to go there. And then I think we'll put a bow. I don't know yet where we'll put that. Right, let's grab, I've got the boat next. So this is just going to sit there in the corner, and actually I think I might tuck that kind of under the flower like that. So we've got our boat. So let's just give it a little bit of shape, and then I'm going to add some pin flare on the back and the front. Because I'm not adding anything in the middle because it's going to glue here and in the back, and obviously we've got layers there, so we don't need that to glue anywhere else. Yeah, there like that. So that looks as if it's almost coming out of that frame now. And then the other thing I've done, so I've got another board. And I've just snipped it away. So can you see what we're going to do? I've already snipped the grounding elements out. So we could just add that on there, like that, just to make that stand out a bit more. Or shall we snip the top bit off? Yeah, I think we should. So let's just snip this. So. And you can see, like, this is one of the great things with carnation. You don't have to go in and fussy cut them. Look, I've just folded that. The lines are there for you. All of the cut lines are there. So all you've got to do is just follow that line. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little cuts. Oh, actually, I'm going to keep that. What is that bit? That little front bit. I'm going to keep that bit in. No, I don't know. It probably does have an official title. We'll keep that bit in. So we'll have it like that. That looks like a completely different boat. You could use that on its own, couldn't you? Yeah, it could be like a little rowboat, couldn't it? Oh, you could make a Valentine's card. Could be like a little rowboat. Oh, it won't be long, and it will be. We'll be like, oh, we'll be making Valentine's cards. Right, let me just shape that so it's the same as the one underneath. So that's gonna go on there like that. So now you can see, like, I've just added that on there. And then actually I think I might just add the bow on the bottom there, just to tie that bit in. Just put a little bit of glue on there. Oh, we've got a card. So enjoy the little things. Oh, I do really like that boat. I don't want to go on the boat, but I do think it's a nice looking boat. Oh, do you not like boats, Bunny? Oh, don't you? Oh, Bunny's the same as me. She gets very bad sea. Well, see, I'm not the only one. It's not the most pleasant of experiences. No, it's not. Not for me. I do think it looks really nice though. It looks really. Yeah, I do. The like where the sun is just hitting it, but there is very, very detailed. Really nice. So you can see we've done the boat. I'm just going to leave that there, and then I'll grab another. Do we do the golfer or the train? She wants a train. Let's do the train. Right, let's move this one on. That there. And let me just move these little bits. Right. Oh, we could stamp. I have got a die, but we could stamp this one as well. Right, so I've got my base. So this one we are using the Rustic Twine Square for the actual base of the card. So I've got some of our hammered cardstock, and then this is one of the sheets from the papers that come obviously matching with the collection. I really do like the colours in this Perfect Paper pack. They're nice, like almost neutral colours as well that you could use with so many other collections. No. Right, so that's going to be our base. And then, right, let me move that so I don't bend it. I've got our scene. So this is going to sit on there like that. So you can see I've gone in with the next layer to cut this out. So this is one of those larger scenes that you get included in there. So I'm just gonna pop that on there. And then I've done the same thing, but I've gone in with one of the smaller layers. So that's giving me that frame effect. I'm almost giving myself that aperture design. And I'm going to pop this. Oh, actually, let's stamp. Should we do a stamp or shall I do a die? So I've got Celebrate. Oh no, let's put one in because we got lots of room on this one, so we can add like a different one that we have in here. So let me pull that off. And we'll stamp something. So we've got the train. Which one should we do? Thanks for everything you do. Thank you for everything. That looks quite nice, that, doesn't it? We'll do that one. Right, thank you for everything. Right, so let me leave that there, so I kind of know where that's going. Grab some ink. And we'll stamp this. So, if we put that on the side then, because obviously we're going to have the steam, and then we'll put this there. Ah, thank you for everything. I love that writing. The font on that is really nice. Right, let's put that there. Let's add some tape on the back of here so we can raise this up. Oh, have we had any messages of anybody crafting along? Oh, Susanna's message saying she's unpacked her new dies. And she's already put them away in her plastic zip folder. Oh, that is very organised, Suzanne. Oh, Fiona has messaged as well saying good morning to me and Bunny. Good morning. And saying that she is in it. Where is she? A very wet and windy North Wales. So there's no better day than crafting. That is very true. Yeah, apparently it's quite bad in Wales. I know the road to get out of my village is flooded. So so now you have to, instead of just going like out and there, you have to go this way and like across country to get around that. Yay! But yeah, so apparently the weather is not very good. So I mean, but weather like that is made for us to stay in and craft. So we can't complain too much. Right, now next layer in is the layer you can see, look, with that lovely twine effect on it. So you can see how delicate it is, and you can just go in and snip these bits away, and that is going to give you this. So you can see how delicate they are, but you can use them like this as well. I don't think that my foam tape is going to be thin enough. No. I didn't think there was any here. Oh, Bunny's going to see if she's got Clean and Simple tape. So while Bunny has a look, we are going to glue this frame onto here. So this is the one. So when you do this, you do the exact same thing. So like I've cut this out again, and you can see where you just follow those lines and you just snip away. And then this one I've done in the Perfect Paper. So this is that same cream that I've used there in the background, so on the car base. So I'm just going to dab some glue around this, and then we'll put this onto that frame. And that's going to give us the look then as if we've done another layer, but obviously we've just done that frame. No, she can't find any. Oh, we'll have to glue it down flat. Right, so let's put that in there. sticking to my fingers. Right, so we've got that on. So you can see that it just gives you that effect. It really does bring it to life a bit, doesn't it? Just adding that little extra colourway in. So that's on there. And then if you bring this in, and then we'll just glue this flat then. Let's pop some glue on here. And then that is gonna go on there like that. So you've got your frame. Yeah, that does look lovely as a card, doesn't it? Just leave it like that. That would make a really nice sympathy card as well, you know, because you've got that bit of detail in the background, in the card base, but then obviously that scene is your focal point. Right, so now we're going to grab our train. So I am going to give it a little bit of shape just to make that pop a little bit more, and this is going to go there on the edge of our card. So let's grab some glue and pop this in. So that is going to go there like that. And then what I've done is I've got another one of these, and I've snipped away the bottom, and I've snipped away the little chimney. Well, that's where the steam comes out, isn't it? Yeah, she questioned me then, and then when I said chimney, so it looks like that. And then I'm going to pop that there on the front, just so that bit kind of comes out a little bit more. Let's add some glue onto that. So that is just going to sit on there like that. And then let's get our steam. And again, let's give this a bit of shape. And we can pop that there like that, so that comes off the card. I think that looks quite nice. Right, so that's gonna go there, like that. And then I've also got a couple of clouds here, so let's add these in. And one there. And then you do get these in different sizes, which is perfect. Then you can just pop these in where you feel they need to go. But obviously you do have the one that's pre-done for you. This is my biggest thing, this is. Yeah. There. Right, let's move that. There you go, but you can get some, you could even build that up more, so like you could have gone in and then cut out the front bit and just added it in more, so you could just keep building that up. But really, really pretty. I think it's just so nice to make easy men's cards. You know, you don't have to think about them. You can just be like, yeah, what does he like? Does he like trains? Does he like cars? Does he like motorbikes, bikes, boats, gardening? We've got it covered, which is so lovely. I'm just going to let me pop my lid on my glue. Right, let me grab some samples because the design team have done such a good job with these. I think these are different ones now, aren't they? Yes, these are different ones to earlier. So let's have a little look through these. So I've got one here by Fiona. Look at that. And it just shows you how lovely that silhouette looks when you pop that in with the apertures as well. You can see they're bringing in those floral twines as well with the bow, and just finishing off there with those grounding elements. That is such a lovely card, isn't it? Anybody, you know, that goes out walking, that could be anything though, couldn't it? That could be like, you know, somebody going traveling, somebody like starting a new journey, yeah, a new job. It could be so many different things. Then I've got one here by Vera. That's lovely, isn't it? I love using those like floral twigs, sprigs along the edge as well. It's such a lovely image, and you do think that could be absolutely anybody, couldn't it? When you think of that, which is such like, I think when I look at that I picture my grandfather in my head when I see that. He had a huge garden and he grew everything in his garden. It was like potatoes, onions, tomato, strawberry, everything, like cabbage, like everything was in, he was always in his garden. So you can just think of different people when you look at these characters straight away. So do you know who I think of when I see that one? Falling off the bike. Every time I look at it, that I just imagine it going. Fiona did that one. That's lovely, and actually, that's a nice way of showing you how you could use. So do you know the apertures that I said that you could use to add in even more dimension into the mountains? So can you see how she's used them there to bring those in? So using them in all of this flat and using those there, it looks so different, doesn't it? Really, really effective. I got one here by Pam. So you can see that one there. That's such a lovely image. Really, really lovely. You've got those clouds there building up with the sentiment. Then we've got one there by Vera. I love that. That's like a nice, clean, simple. Yeah, that could be like somebody who maybe somebody that's just turned like 17 or just done their driving test, or it does make it look younger. I think it is the blue. I don't know. Or maybe it's like the clean look. It just looks like it's more for like a teenager type of car. But you can really mix and match these up and use them in different ways. And I got another one there by Pam. And that's really nice. I love how she's used the twine to come up on the top of that. Let me pull these ones out so I can put them ones in on the bottom, so then next time we show the ones that we haven't shown, because I do like to try and show as many of the DT cards as we can, because they do such a good job on these. But all of them samples that I showed you are obviously from the Sunrise to Sunset collection that you can see there. Such a lovely collection, brilliant for men cards. I mean, especially, do you know, if you do make to sell, or you do make for charity, you know, I can remember when I used to do it, and somebody would say to me, you know, oh, I need a card for my husband, he likes golf, or, you know, he likes motorbikes. And sometimes you could get images that would like really strong colours, or they were made to almost look as if they were like a particular make of a bike, if that makes sense. And then I'd be like, okay, well, I've got this, but does he like red or does he like green? Whereas I feel like these images are so like neutrally styled. They could be for anybody, like we said with that car one now, they could be for younger, for teenagers, or you could mix them up. I just think they're just absolutely perfect. Right, we are going in with our card base to start off with. I am using the rectangle for this one. So I've got that rustic edge there. And then I'm going to go in with one of the perfect papers. So this is like almost like cream colour that you get in there. And this, it's a bit hard for you to see there, but this is actually the stripe design on that. Yeah, can you see it at all? No? Can you see it? Yeah, because I love that they do them, but because they do the stripes and the dots in white, it is like a really subtle pattern. So it doesn't pull your eye away from whatever you put on top, but it does just add like a little something extra, bit of texture into your backgrounds. So we've got that there. And then we're going to go in with our next layer, which, so I'm working down in my mats for this. So let's add some tape on the back of here. Oh, Josephine has messaged saying good morning to me and Bunny. Morning. Oh, and she said she wasn't going to get this collection, but after watching the demos, it's popped into her basket. Well, you will not be disappointed, Josephine. You will have so much fun playing with this. And we will have some of the DT demos at 2 as well. So at 2 o'clock, we are going to do the DT showcase. So we're going to recreate 3 of the design team cards. So you can see how the design team have made their cards as well, which is really exciting. Right, let's pop this on here. So I've got my next layer there. And then our next layer is the layer with the sunrise, sunset. When you say in sunrise. Now you can see subtly the arch design in there. So we are going to use the arch. Now for this, I've used the arch, okay, and basically what I've done, because I did say, so the arch does come as one full die. Let me just grab so I can explain. So when you run this through, obviously it's been designed to be used with the artwork. So when you pop that on there, so let's just say we're going to die cut this out. So you'd pop that on there in the center like that, run that through your die cutting machine, and then when you take this off, this is whole, so those cut lines will just be in there. Okay, so what I've done is, I can't pick it up, run through my twine, the rustic edge mat, and then I've put that on there just like you would with that, run that through, and then when it's come through, I've just gone along the edge and snipped those little paper pieces that are holding it into place to give me the arch window. Okay, so that's the exact same size as that. So don't be afraid to go in and snip like the whole thing out as well. So now this is, oh, I've just ripped that, look. This is going to sit on there. It's fine, you won't see it anyway. I just have some glue. Let me just make sure I get a little bit of glue on that so I can put that back where it goes. So this is going to sit there. And then just pop that back there. Good as now. Right, so we've got that there. Now I do think that looks really nice just like that on its own, but I am going to add in that frame, so it just frames that scene for us. So, oh, I'm already on foam tape though. No, we're going to have to, we're doing a die for this. We're doing a die sentiment. We're mixing it up for this one. We're going to use Die Bunny. It was. I just thought, oh well, we've stamped a lot now. Let's mix it up. Right, let's add some tape on this so we get a little bit of height in between this and obviously that background scene. And then we can add in our scene then. I'll put that there, and then there, add that in. Right, let's pull this off, and then we can put that on here. So obviously don't forget as well, like I've done this design now, I'm using the rectangle and I'm using the arch, but there's nothing stopping you doing the exact same thing with the square and the circle, or the square and the diamond, or the rectangle and the diamond. You know, you can really mix these shapes up. They do work really well together, so there's nothing stopping you mixing them up that way either. Right, so that's going to go there. So we've got that, so we've just got a bit of height in between there. You can really see each layer, how that stands out. And then, so we've got that back layer in that lovely cream colour from the Perfect Papers. Then we've got the white, and then we've got this layer. So what I've done is I've done the twine in that same cream from the Perfect Paper. So that now, it gives you the illusion of like another layer in there when we've just done the frame. I do think using this frame just on its own would be really pretty as well. And I do think that if you did this frame in different colours, because there was a card that I made yesterday where I used the twine with like, it was like a really dark grey black colour, and I thought it looked like the string of fairy lights. So you could add like little gems on it as if it is fairy lights and use it for Christmas. So there's lots of ways. I always say different colours, when you've got dies like this, different colours change the look of them completely. Right, that's going to go on there. So I've got that extra layer on there, and then I'm going to bring in some of, so these do come from the On the Horizon, and we're going to kind of like build a little scene here on the bottom. So we're going to add this in because we're going to add our golfer on here. Let's grab right, I'm going to put this in first. I know. Throw a golf bag in. So that's going to go there. And then let's add him in. So I'm just going to again give him a little bit of shape. And then glue him into place. So he's going to go right there, I think, in the middle. And I'm going to move that over a bit. Like that. And then I've got these little grass elements then. So I'm going to just tack these for there. And then I might just leave that one. How far will that go over? Oh yes. Right, so let's add a little bit of glue on there. And then that is just going to go across there and just sit on top of there like that. So that works. And then let's grab our sentiment. So I've got Sent with a Smile. So again, that could be absolutely any occasion. I have cut that out with the same Perfect Paper that you've got in the background there, so you can use them, mix them up like that. So that is going to just sit on there like that. And then we're going to stick this there. And then I do have some clouds, but I don't know if that's going to be a bit too much. Let's have a look. Oh, actually, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add these in, and I'm going to stick them on this layer so they look as if they're like coming out a bit. So we're going to have one there. I'll have a bigger one on this side. And then we'll have this one. Yeah, I think we'll have that one there flat. So you've got different heights then in your clouds as well. So let me that up. Yeah. So you got your little, oh, Bunny likes that one. It's Bunny approved. Don't backtrack. She said, no, I like all of them. But this one just stands out, Bunny, is it? Yeah, right, okay. I think the backgrounds, they just bring everything together. You don't need to go in and add lots of embellishment and add in lots of texture. They just draw your eye in so much. And the artwork, you've got the you know, the different themes or the different activities there. So it's just, they are so easy to use. There's a lot. Oh, shall I take your die back there? Okay, I'll take it back. I'll even put it back without knocking anything else over for you, I'm sure. I'll even put it the right way around this time as well. There, everything as if nothing ever happened. Perfect. Right, me and Bunny are going to go and grab some lunch, and then we are going to be back at 1 o'clock? 2 o'clock? 2 o'clock. On the 2 o'clock show, we are going to be recreating 3 of the design team cards. So we're going to show you how the design team have made those cards. So if maybe you've had your collection and you've got some questions, or if you just want to craft along with us, if you've got your collection there, or if you've got any questions at all about the collection, or anything at all really, you could be asking us about pro print or anything at all, any crafty related questions, then do message in. Bunny is always there ready to read out your messages. So hopefully we will see you back here